time, primarily because I've been dealing with some real life issues as it pertains to some things that's going on with my family and some other stuff. I did listen to Pizarro's live. I was in Pizarro's live last night when Lovely Love just acted like herself. You know, sometimes people do things and they don't. And Lovely Love, I'm talking about you right now. You, I don't, I know that I would have never had my grandchildren on a panel in the beef sector. As a matter of fact, when I am around my family, I don't go live. Yeah, they may know I have a channel, but I ain't going live around them, and I don't. I have a very large family. I don't go live around them. They're not on YouTube. They're not a part of the beef sector. Like your values and your priorities are twisted up, Lovely Love. I've told you that before, and that's why every time that you have hit the panel and I was up there, I have dropped down. Cause you see, and that last night proved it. Pizarro was having a very good show, whether you thought so or you didn't. Like you hit her panel, and I must say this. Good morning, the Miss. So you hit people's lives, and then you call them names. And one of the reasons, Lovely, I'm addressing this is because what you did last night was very, very foul. It was. It just was. You had your grandchildren. Lovely, you do know some of the vulgarities that are said over here. I mean, even the way you listen, let me tell you something. I have two sons, that is true. But I have bonus sons and a bonus daughter. I have four bonus sons and a bonus daughter that came to me, hi, Jay Parrish, by way of my oldest son's father. He has other children. We could have more than that. I don't know. I didn't keep up with it. But the point I'm trying to make, Lovely, is they're grown. My bonus children are all grown. You're talking about you had minors. My youngest bonus son is about 15. He is still considered by the world standards to be a minor. And that little boy last night didn't sound like he was no older than 8 or 9. I don't really know. But yeah, when you up there, when you said that I was listening to that conversation. I was waiting for you to tell him to stay in the child's place. See, Lovely, let me explain it to you, because your grandparenting skills seem to be a little bit off. Let me help you out. Um, when I was growing up, about 51, almost 52 years ago, when we attempted to get in a conversation that belonged to adults, this is what we were told: stay in a child's place. Your grandson said something to you and then attempted to act like, see, notice I said act like. He was going to say something to somebody that was grown. See, that's how I know that your grandparenting skills is off. See, because let me say this real quick. One of the reasons why I stopped working with children, and yes, I did. I went to school to work with children, is because when children start calling me by my first name and I'm what? I'm 51. Yeah, you see, I don't find that cute. See, because uh if I'm got laps around, see, you know, I done took a couple trips around the sun. You would never be calling me by my first name and you like 6 and 5. See, you might call me by my first name. You might say Catherine. I ain't gonna answer you. I'm not. See, if I tell you once or twice to call me Miss, to have some respect, and you don't, I ain't gonna dress you again. See, I'ma tell you, when I was a little girl, you bet not do what? Call no grown person by their name. See, these folks now, they play with these children too much. And these children are disrespectful. I said I went to school to work with kids. That's true. My son is getting ready to turn 32. That is true. 1993, for I did go to school to work with children. I don't work with them now because, see, they got Similac on their breath, and they be trying to talk to me in disrespectful tones. Baby, you can't never talk to me in no disrespectful tone. And I done been here how many years? 51, about to turn 52. I don't play with them. I don't. I don't have a problem with small children. Me and my mom was in the store the other day, and a little boy was just running rampant. And the first thing my mama said to me, the first thing my mother, who's almost 80, said to me was, "He ain't got no home training." Wait. My mother, I didn't. My mama said he ain't got no home training. Baby, he was in that store just opening up stuff, pouring it on the floor. My mama looked right at me and said, "That's a disgrace." See, right. I told y'all I stopped working with kids. I ain't told y'all no lies. I did. I worked with children for a short time over at the Philadelphia Housing Authority. That's not a lie. It's true. I did. I used to like working with kids for real, but the greatest joy I had in working with children was when I worked with sick children. Um, because the sick children that I worked with, they were very they were very courageous. Although they had illnesses, they never really focused on their illnesses. It didn't matter what was wrong with them. I had a little boy. He had a ileostomy and a colostomy, both of them. And although he passed away later on in his life, he did. He still was a very courageous little boy. He was. And when I went to go work with the children in the Philadelphia Housing Authority, someone I knew got me that job. She lived across the street from some of my relatives. And she told me that they were hiring. And that's how I got there. And then I did work with kids and also did cooking. See, for some strange reason, I'm trying to tell y'all, whenever I would go into a job, if it was sometimes when I went into PHA, and usually when people find out that I can cook, it's a wrap, and that's how it happened. And when they find out I can cook, it's a wrap. But I'm only saying that about the kids because these children these days are so disrespectful, and they parents tend to think that it's cute. And it's not. See, and the reason why I'm saying and it's not is because, when I go out places with my 25-year-old, he about to be 26, and my 31 is about to be 32, people always tell me how respectful my children are. Now, my bonus children, they come to visit me too. My bonus sons, one of them live right here. Actually, two of my bonus sons live here. One of my bonus sons lives in Maryland, and the other bonus son lives in Florida. My bonus daughter lives down there in Delaware. So, I'm noticing how things are going now. And I'm just sitting back and I'm watching. I wanted to do a thing about Nolan Xavier Wells. One of the most heart-wrenching things that I have heard over these last it's been a little over a month now. It's such a promising life that he was trying to fulfill and trying to walk down his path. And I wasn't there when it happened. I'm only going by. Listen, I told you all the time that I listen to Auntie Mickey. I listen to Open Book. I listen to Smoke TV News or something like that. I listen to Tisa Tells. I listened to about 4 or 5 Queen. It's a queen. I forget her name, but she's a black lady. I listened to quite a few people, Miss Parker, because although the facts are the same, hey, Roger, although the facts of the case are the same, I'm beginning to wonder if there will be any justice for Nolan Xavier Wells. I oftentimes, Queen Sheba, I do. When I listen to the things that are being said, Mississippi is a place that will forever be on the map, and it won't be on the map because of Nolan Xavier Wells. They were already on the map for Emmett Till. See, they're back on the map. They're back on the map. See, when it happened to Emmett Till, we didn't have all of this modern technology. We didn't have um we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have all these things. So a Caucasian lady was able to lie on a young man that cost him his life. And here we are all these years later. And once again, a young man, and if I'm not mistaken, Nolan Xavier Wells was only 4 years older than Emmett Till. Emmett Till was 14. And yes, Queen Amadea. Thank you, Jay Parrish. Yes, she is somebody who I listen to too. You all don't too much see me in the beef sector anymore because what's happening right now with Nolan Xavier Wells, it is so very important. It is important because the first time that something happened in Mississippi, no justice was done for Emmett Till at all. And here we are all these years later. I mean, listen, I was not around when it happened to Emmett Till. I'm getting ready to turn 52. But I am around for what happened to Nolan Xavier Wells. I mean, just listening to them give up their explanations and their stories, it just doesn't make any type of common sense. I don't even want with the stuff that's going on with me right now. It's so passe, and the reason why I said it like that is because I'm still alive, and God, every day that we wake up, let me say this real quick. Every day that God allows me or you or anybody else in the chat to wake up is another day that God allows you to fix the situation that's in your life. That is what he does. It is. But when you and I come to the end of the road, the Bible says in Ecclesiastes, to everything that there is a season, a time, and a purpose under the heaven. When he allows us to come to the end of the road, then that means that we have completed our journey. So I'm not too focused on what I have not completed because I have confidence that I can complete or do what I've set my heart to do. I'm saying that because when I think about the Nolan Wells situation, I've been listening to Open Book. And for those of you who do not follow the Open Book, who do not follow Auntie Mickey, who don't follow Lady Letitia, who don't follow Queen Mama Dia, who don't follow Queen Sheba, who don't follow Smoke News, these commentators that I just mentioned, they not only give their opinion of the story, they give you actual facts. They talk about Officer Tatum. Now, Officer Tatum, the problem that I have with you in this situation is you appear to be purposefully neglecting what is right in front of you. You are not, it does not appear to be, let me say that. You don't seem to be using your legal expertise with this situation. These people have sat on your panels 1 or 2 times, and there is a lie in their story somewhere. I'm not a cop. I had family members that was though, and the issue is when you tell me that you have somebody's cell phone. I'm fine, Kim. When you tell me that you have somebody's cell phone, I right there think that something is wrong. Listen, sometimes I be in my house and I be walking around my house and I'll just put my cell phone down. Now listen, my downstairs is real big, so it's real. But listen, what happens with my cell phone is I don't really have to look for my cell phone. The reason why is because if it's downstairs, it's not lost. I have a downstairs, I mean a basement, first floor, second floor. It ain't lost if it's on the first floor or the second floor. Cause don't nobody want my cell phone. Cause in this house, don't nobody know the code to it, so I ain't got to worry about that. And I ain't saying that to be smart. I'm saying that for a reason. When that young man said he had that other young man's cell phone, I was suspicious, and I don't even know him. I have two sons and a daughter-in-law. Let me tell you something. When I'm around my sons and my daughter-in-law, I don't pick their phones up. I don't care if their phones do ring a ding ding. I don't pick my. I don't. No, no, I don't. No, I don't. When my cell phone ring, I always tell my sons if they want to answer it, they can. But listen, I don't pick other people's cell phones up. So I found that to be kind of strange. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not playing detective, cop. Listen, when he said that, that was kind of strange. It was. Now, I know that in 2027 some things are going to change with YouTube, okay? And the reason why I'm over here and I'm talking about it, hold on y'all, I got to zip out of my thing over here. The reason why I'm over here talking about it is because I am going to switch platforms and I'm going to tell you why. A while ago, I stepped on Jay Wilson's panel and I told y'all that YouTube wants to target people like Cardi, Nicki, Beyonce, and anybody of that caliber to rake in viewers. See, me with my little 20 people, whatever, it doesn't give comparison to what they have. So me going to another platform like Kick, Rumble, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, fine. But YouTube, I don't know whether you all know this or not. YouTube is getting ready to change some things. So, what I am getting ready to do is before they change whatever it is that they're about to change, I am about to switch platforms and try to get monetized on those other platforms so that when they lower the boom in February, I won't even be over here. I'm not saying that to be smart, but when I saw what they were getting ready to change over to, that you need to have 8,000 hours and all of that stuff, there are some really big time people over here um on YouTube. And I am right now talking about Mr. London. Mr. London has over 2 million subscribers. There's some other people too. I only named Mr. London because he's an exercise person. And I don't know anybody else that is in his category that has 2 million subscribers that is just doing Mr. London. If you follow him, Mr. London only does uploads or premieres. He doesn't really do lives, and I've been following Mr. London for quite some time, trying to do some of his workouts. So if you all don't too much see me in the beef sector, it is because, yesterday I was in Pizarro's, and sometimes I'll hang out in people's clouds and won't drop down in their chats, because sometimes when they start addressing me, they'll start saying things that either I don't want to address or it may not be appropriate. Now, I know that Ness is getting ready to have her Lunchables challenge, and Ness, let me tell you, in case you don't know, I think that you are a creative person. I think that, and I told you this before, Ness, You have the type of talent that if you actually took your talent somewhere else, you actually would actually see what I'm talking about. I ain't saying that you don't see it here. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying here you're faced with haters. That's what I'm saying. And I ain't saying that if you went somewhere else you wouldn't be, but the type of behavior that goes on here, like I actually go places where people can show their kids, okay? I mind for one of them, okay? So what I'm saying over here is they have normalized strange behavior and they really think that it's okay and it's not. I mean, they have really normalized strange behavior of doxing and hold on y'all, I'm trying to take my thing off. I'm sitting up. The reason why the camera is off is because I'm first of all I can't really turn the camera on because ZX the stalker, he likes to come to my live streams and stuff. And when I turn my camera on, I don't want him to find out where I'm at. So that's why my camera is not on. Now, my birthday is in 2 days. And I heard Pizarro say something, and this is the truth. And I wanted to type it in Pizarro's chat, but I could just say it right here. Pizarro, almost everybody chat that I go to, honey, they ask for money. Let me give you a little tell you a little secret. I used to mine for a man, baby. He got his supporters. He got his donations. He got $10 supporter. I don't know what the 2050 is, but 100 is a legend. So when folks say that you're begging, I don't think they understand. Let me see if I could break it down a little bit better. See, when you got a streaming, when you pay for streaming, you pay for that. You pay for Netflix, you pay for Paramount Stars, you pay for that. You don't watch that for free. You click on YouTube, it's free, and if you choose to give to the content creator, you do. But I actually know people, mind for people, have mind for people. Baby, they come for big time numbers. Listen. When I hear folks say the Pizarro is big, and y'all got to be out y'all rabbit ass mind. I said it and I meant it. I have minded for people that come for big time numbers. I ain't down on the man that I used to mod for. You want to know why? Because I've known him for maybe about 11 or 12 years. It's been a while. He has over 100,000 subscribers. He has now named his supporters. $10, you are a supporter, if I'm not mistaken. $100, you are a legend. I think $50 you are a MVP. I forget what 20 is. But listen, he take all support. Let me say that. He takes all support. I was in somebody's chat the other day and they actually said they wasn't going to start talking until the money started flowing. And then they said that they wasn't going to read notes. So see, when people say Pizarro was begging, baby, y'all, I don't know what y'all call begging. I just don't. I go to people's chats all the time where if you don't send them a cash app or a super chat, my fault, a super chat, they ain't reading your what? And I'm not even going to name whose chat I was in the other day, and they actually, yes, they did. They did not read no super chats if they wasn't, was it 50 or 100? It could have been. Yeah, so that's why when people be seeing people beg, um, when you go to a show at the Dell here in Philadelphia or the Met here in Philadelphia, those tickets might start at 100. It depends. So entertainment is something that could be considered a luxury, but you are talking about. See, YouTube sees the longer picture, and people who are on here don't even see the picture. You're talking about a app is getting ready to move up to 8,000 watch hours. So what that essentially says for y'all that, are not content creators, and I'm not trying to be smart, is They're trying to pull you away from the regular TV. I had went to school with people that got rid of Comcast. Why? Because they were paying $200 and $300. What do they have now? They got streaming apps, Netflix, right, and they're still paying less. So what YouTube is attempting to do is to pull people away from cable. I mean, I saw that 2 years ago when I stepped up on Jay Wilson's platform and said it, and they just kind of like pushed it in the back. No, they didn't see where it was going because it hadn't actually changed yet. But because it's going to change next year, what's going to happen is if you don't maintain your 8,000 watch hours, right, you won't. So see, for me, it really is not going to make me a difference. I know how to pivot. I know how to switch up. I don't really talk about beef sector stuff. I'm not down in the beef sector because I just was over there in Pizarro's, and I occasionally do hang out in Lady Nika's. I do hang out in Ness's, whether she knows it or not. I be in Ness Clouds a lot because I think Ness is entertaining. I do. But I know that Ness has the type of personality that can pivot into a church setting. You know, I know that. I know that. I've been around Ness long enough to know that Ness could actually pivot into his church setting. And while she might think that she won't take a lot of people with her, I will say this to Ness. I mod for a lady who oftentimes does not have a lot of people in her chat, but I can tell you this, Ness. When it comes the other day, she got a lot of views on her daggone video she did on Note. Listen, she got 22,000 views on her video that she did. When people want to hear what you have to say, they will come and they will listen. I don't ever get impressed if there is 5 people in my chat, 22, 2 people. I don't. Because I'm not going to change. And this is what I told people. I'm not going to be over here talking about beef sector stuff. For real, I'm not. I talked about my real life beef because my real life beef was real for real. It's not now. I'm not mad at my former pastor. I'm not. The reason why is because I've came to the conclusion, and I'm a best say it like this, in case somebody run back and tell him, but he can play it back. I don't need to spend a whole lot of time being mad at something that was not. Energy, see, I thought about it like this. If I always talk about what was not, then I cannot fulfill what I would like it to be. In my book, I just wrote next to his name, Unfinished Business. Now, since I already know that God does not leave things broke, then all of the churches that I listed, I was not members of all of those churches. See, and here's the whole thing, right? The Bible says that death and life is in the power of the tongue. Well, then I want to speak life into a situation that wasn't so great. Hold on, y'all. Ouch. Hold on. Simone, were you asking me about Ness? Yeah, I think I actually could see Ness over in with the church sector people. I could see Ness over there with King Jobs. I could see Ness over there with I could see her over there with King Jobs. I really could. Okay, and King Jobs has been around for a while. So that's the reason why I call King Jobs' name. I used to mod for King Jobs. I still listen to him. He gives great commentary. And that's something that Ness does. And see, when I say that I could see Ness over there with somebody like King Jobs, is because the man has a reputation. And it ain't for no nonsense, and I'm not being smart right now. King Jobs has not only did commentary, but he has helped people. He has. I've been a part of him helping people, doing things, finding somebody one time that a family hadn't heard from in 2 or 3 years. See, I've been a part of that. So when I say that I could see Ness over there with somebody like the official King Jives. King Jives is not any old body. He's been on YouTube, to my knowledge, for over 10 to 12 years. He has. He's always gotten in the trenches. I mean, people are doing their graphics now. Let me say this of King Jives. People are doing their graphics now. But King Jives went to school to do graphics. He does wedding programs, funeral programs, t-shirt, wherever you probably could call him for. That man could do it. I remember when he first came out, people was laughing at them crowns, baby. Now people call that man for them crowns. That's what, when he first came out, people was laughing, but they ain't laughing now. Believe that. Baby, they call King Jives to get them crowns to put on them dead folks. Yes, they do. King Jives takes his time. As a matter of fact, he made Monique a crown. Monique, the comedian, he made Monique a crown. He made Larry Reed a crown too. But listen, the reason why I didn't mention Larry Reed is because that was different. He made Monique a crown to make Monique a crown because he thought, and she is a queen. He made her a beautiful crown. So when I tell you that I see Ness up there with somebody like King Jives, I've watched his growth. I did. When I first started listening to him, he didn't have over 100,000 subscribers. He does now. I used to listen to Larry Reed, but some of the things he has said, I just don't agree with. So I don't listen to him anymore. When people make lives about him, I don't say too much about Larry Reed because I just don't. Because when you actually come out your mouth and say that God don't talk to you, when the Bible says that my sheep know my voice, I don't want to hear nothing else that you got to say about God. Those are facts. When you start going up against the word of God as it pertains to him with us, then I don't too much want to listen to you. And that's when I heard that the other day that I actually heard him say that, click right off. And I used to be every Monday when he used to come on, I used to listen to him. But then, like I said, when he said that, clicked right off. Hold on, y'all. I gotta take this down. Wait a minute. So if y'all wondering what I'm doing, I take my treatments every day. 2 hours for my legs and 2 hours for my upper body. So today I chose not to go out because when I do a lot of moving and walking, it causes a lot of pain. So yesterday I was doing a lot of moving and walking, and so today I'm in pain. And the only thing I can do is take my treatments and stay in the bed. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay, so I think sometimes what happens with us as people is, for whatever the reason is, we don't get things in order. I must say that. Hold on. We don't get things in order the way that they should be. Um, it is very important to have all your affairs in order. Hold on. Okay, so I had to walk down the hall. So yesterday, yeah, I did a lot yesterday. And so what tends to happen, what I have been doing recently is I have been trying to rest myself as much as possible because I don't know whether you all know this or not, but when you have lymphedema, the extreme heat causes swelling. Now, I didn't have on my garment yesterday. I'll probably, after I take my treatments, upper and lower, I'm doing lower first. I'm going to do them all at once. I think I explained to y'all that the reason why I don't break my treatments up is because I don't be home like that. And so what happens is, by me not being home, it gets hard to want to come back in the house to do a treatment at night. So I do them in the day. Now, I ate earlier. I took my pain medicine, just so we're clear. It's either ibuprofen or Tylenol. It's not no opioids. Okay. Um, Long periods of time after I had my surgery. I'm trying to move up my walking to 15,000 steps a day. I discussed that the other day with somebody on my care team, and they see I had gotten up to 10,000 steps. So what happens is, because I have to wear my garment for so long, which I'm home today, I will make sure that it's properly taken care of, washed out, and everything. Um, I have to wear my garment for. I usually have it on for about 12 hours a day. And then, of course, at night, I'm supposed to sleep with my garment on as well. So I have, the only time I'm really supposed to take it off is when I'm taking my treatments or when I take a shower. So when it's extremely hot, like the other day, I'm not going to put on, and I don't put on extra clothes because that garment, it draws a lot of heat. It's black, and it goes from my neck all the way down to my ankles. So when it's hot outside, I'm not going to put on a lot of clothes. So a lot of times I'll be outside with my garment on and a pair of shorts. And, people probably be looking at me funny, but I already expressed to my doctor, I'm not going to be outside with it's 100 degrees and I got this garment on. Hold on. I'm putting back on my, ouch. Putting back on my treatment. So if y'all hear noise in the background, it's my machine. Hold on. Ouch. So I wanted to tell you all that no, I y'all kept saying that Prince of Kalimba, no one kicked me out of that wasn't a group home. You all kept saying that I have no another place to live. Let me tell you what happened so that we're quite clear. Okay? They didn't ask me to leave there. As a matter of fact, they were sending me texts and calling me to come back. The reason why I didn't go back, okay? The situation was that I was living there with a young man who was younger than my son. My youngest son is 25, and he wasn't doing any cleaning. And, somehow or another, they thought that was normal. That's not normal behavior. I didn't get kicked out. First of all, if I gave you all the name and you looked it up, you could see no. I didn't get kicked out. Now, did ZX tell you that? Because, ZX is a liar. Pastor Wiley, you better be worrying about whether he going to try to come in your church and date any of them women over there, because you know he's a predator. And when I say predator, he preys on women that has houses, so he could try to take them. Yes, yes. We know how you operate. For real. Facts. You hadn't seen me in a while because I've been trying to do some things for myself. Like right now, I'm here, I'm stepping into my machine while I'm talking to y'all, because I do usually take it 4 hours a day. So I'm home today. I watched the Eagles lose last night. I don't know what happened to them last night. They played horribly. I can't even lie, they played horribly last night. Okay. Alright, so yeah, they played horribly last night. Hold on. Ouch. So what I am doing right now is, yeah, Prince of Kalimba, Prince Ko Limba, whatever. Yeah, I don't know why I wasn't in a group home, sweetheart. It was a personal care home, and the reason why I chose to leave was because the landlord wasn't regarding what I was saying. I was in there doing all of the cleaning, and that's not a stretch or a flex. I got pictures to prove it. Right. That's not how I operate. I don't live to clean up after grown folks. I mean, the young man that was staying there would go take showers, leave his soap in the shower, like his brain wasn't connected. I mean, I know the weed might have cooked it, I know the weed might have cooked it, but he kept doing it. Whatever. That's how that goes. So now what I'm doing is I'm turning my attention focus to something else. So, yeah, you say you don't watch DXS. Yeah, I actually stopped associating with Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson, if you're listening, this segment is for you. The ride or lives, cause coins really do keep you here. When you Jay Wilson, I'm gonna be respectful of your name and call you that, and not call you like to say you're a pastor because you're not a pastor. Well, we all know that you couldn't be a pastor because you're one of the most selfish, egotistical people that I've ever met. You tried to really say that I didn't know my former pastor. You sound goofy. For real, you do. I mean, one thing my godmother always taught me was you don't have to prove who you know to anybody. That means, in the scope of my life, met some famous people. Right, I have. My godmother was a flight attendant, but she retired from United. We all know that you can't say the same about Delta, though. Because, soliciting on the ground is the same as solicited in the air, you know? Or let me break it down for the folks that's listening. Because, see, this is called, pay attention to how I do this, Jay Wilson. See, when you let that lady up on your panel, now, because Leos, we like to wait before we drag folks. So you might get dragged this morning. You might get dragged because you let that lady up on that panel tell that lie about me. See, and I got truth about you. See, let me explain it to you, because you seem to be a little confused, but I'm going to help you out. See, my godmother, you can go look her up. Her name was Frankie Louise Reddick Gibson Appleby. She dropped Gibson, and then she got married the second time, became Appleby. But go look her up. Frankie Louise Reddick Gibson Appleby. Pay attention, Pastor J. Wilson. She graduated from Temple, with a degree in psychology. You know, the ability to study the mind, study the mind, not give out medication, right? She became a flight attendant for United. Pay attention, Jay Wilson, because this your corny ass story that you keep telling these people and they believe it. You are the one, right? Because your story don't make sense. See, you said mine don't, yours don't. Want you to hear me say that. My godmother worked for United for 35 years. How long you worked for Delta 12? Oh, wasn't even a drop in her bucket? Okay, all right, all right. See, 35 years and you worked for Delta 12. Was you still in the snacks or still in the men? Still in the snacks or still in the men? Which one? Was you passing them your telephone number when you was handing them their little beverages? Cause we all know that when you're a flight attendant, that the first people that get served are the people that's in what? Business, right? First class business, right? They are. They get the little bottles of little bottles and all that stuff, right? Was you trying to pass me your number? See, when you be talking, I really be listening to some of the stuff that you be saying. And some of the stuff that you be saying, when you're saying it, it doesn't add up. You know, like the Delta thing and how you distract. Listen, your career, your education doesn't really matter to me. I just noticed that you misspell a lot of words. See, I don't need Microsoft Spell Check or any other thing to help me spell words. Because for real, if you don't know how to spell a word, you can either get a dictionary. You know, that's if you got one. And I ain't saying that to say that you ain't got books. I'm saying most people now will do it on a computer. But I'm saying that because somebody got all those college degrees, you sure do be spelling words wrong or don't have the title appropriately. You know, like when you have to write a thesis, see, pay attention to what I'm going to teach you, Jay Wilson, because it makes sense. See, when you have to write a thesis, you have to spell the words correctly. Well, I'll be darned. You have to spell the words correctly. So sometimes when you be saying stuff and you be putting out titles, I've noticed that either the title is not right or why? Because I've done what? Want me to say it out loud for you? Been working on my bachelor's of business over there at Strayer. See, I really am a student at Strayer, or was a student at Strayer. Not right now, but was. And I'm not checking I don't check for people's credentials, because when they tell me that, I really could care less. I only told you about my godmother because her information is posted. It's not a secret. She passed away 4 years ago, so it can't be a secret because it's on the internet. Graduated from Temple, that's in her obituary. See, I didn't tell you what I didn't say was, I didn't say I graduated from Strayer. I said I went to Strayer. But see, the reason why I kind of wash my hands of you is because you did more than what you should have as it pertains to me. I was a faithful supporter of yours. And when you thought the medication had the best of me, you sounded goofy. I was in a facility. It is called a hospital. So you really believe that the hospital was going to let me go overboard with my pain medicine? Let me explain it to you, because I don't know how they do things in Texas, baby, but I'm going to tell you how they do things here. The hospital that I deal with here, they don't even give out morphine. They don't have it in their hospital. It's not on their formulary. So if you thought I went overboard on some Tylenol, Toradol, ibuprofen, oxycodone, not Oxycontin, you're mistaken. I tried to really tell you the truth. And because you like salaciousness and lies, you tried to play the hell out of me. You couldn't have never tried to play the hell out of me. We two different people. We two different folks. See, I ain't never get fired from none of my jobs for selling prep. Is that your story? Okay. See, that ain't ever my story. That's not in my backdrop. That's not. All the jobs in my life that I have ever worked, dealt with people, all of that. Ain't nobody ever say, Catherine, here go your walking papers because you sold the prep. No, that's your prep pep. See, listen, while you preaching, the very next time you think that you either preach or play, I got a scripture for you. I got a scripture for you, Jay Wilson. The Bible says, what does it profit a man if he should gain the whole world and lose his soul? Or what would a man give in exchange for his soul? Well, we already know what you gave. You had more knives in my back than my son got in his collection of knives. You had more knives in my back than if I was on one of them boards and they were throwing knives. Isn't that how that story went? You gave me up to the slaughter quicker than a lamb goes to the slaughter about a month or so ago because you really thought that I was lying. You haven't paid attention. Haven't you noticed that I didn't say anything else about my former pastor? Why? Because I got down to the chapter of my book where I talked about my church experiences. And right next to it, I said, Enon, unfinished business. I did. You know, if you don't believe me, I can really take a picture of it and post it up on my wall. See, I didn't have anything harsh to say about my pastor, because my former pastor, I'm sorry, Alan. Anything harsh to say because I said all the harsh stuff already. So yeah, see, my former pastor knows that I would never be saying anything harsh in print. Or let me change that. I don't know if he knows that. I hope that he knows that. I hope that he gets a chance to hear me say that I would never, ever in this lifetime, because I had some harsh things to say, it doesn't mean that I would say that in a book for a lot of people to read. See, I'm allowed to express my opinion, the Reverend Dr. Alan E. Waller, but that does not mean that I would say that in a book. I wouldn't. I have my autobiography right here, and I am going to put it on my page so that you can see that all I said about Enoch was unfinished business. I did not say all the lives I made about you and Ellen. I ain't say that in my book. I said that on my live. See, because the Bible says that vengeance belongs to God. You taught me that. You did. You did. I can't. You always said, be better and don't be bitter. See, it would be bitter of me to write that. Pay attention, the Reverend Dr. Alan E. Waller. It would be bitter for me to write down anything and put it in a book. It would be. It would. And I don't have to. The reason why I don't have to write anything about anything that has transpired or happened between me and you, because that's not how I want that story to end. It's like two people know, we're the two people, Alan and Catherine. We know the story that we've had over the years. I don't want our story to be that I sat down and wrote in some book about something that happened when I first met you, or anything like that. Seriously. I am going to post that on my wall today so that you can see that. No, at some point. I ain't going to say it's going to be today. It might not, because I kind of sort of took a break from doing content on YouTube, and I haven't really said that much about you or Ellen or Enon. I have not, really. So I doubt if I do put something on my wall today, it's going to be about me, because my birthday in 2 days. See? And happy birthday to Dragons and Lemons and all the Leos. You know, it's still Leo season. Happy birthday to all the Leos from July the 22nd to August the 22nd is our time. So yeah, I ain't too much. Wait a minute, let me look at the chat. So yeah, the reason why I haven't said it's okay, it's after 10 now. I'm laying here, y'all, and I have my machine on. I told y'all it takes 4 hours a day of me taking treatments for me to that's what keeps my lymphedema in check. Me wearing compression, using a machine, and also I'm going to tell y'all this in case y'all don't know, because this is true. When you have lymphedema, you're not supposed to eat processed meats. Now, I'm getting ready to prove it to y'all. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to grill sausage. Now, listen, the store sells uncured hot dogs. How I know? Because I bought some. But I'm not supposed to eat Pepperidge Farm Autumn smoked sausage. Listen, I ain't sitting here and tell y'all that I don't like all that stuff. Of course I do. Now, when I was putting that stuff on the grill yesterday, I had to have a lot of self-control because I like grilled hot dogs. I ate my grilled hot dogs, though, because mine was uncured. I didn't eat none of the sausage. I ate the chicken. I ate the steak. I'm going to tell y'all how my diet goes so y'all can see where I'm at. I ate chicken, steak. I can eat burgers. Now, I'm going to tell y'all the type of burgers I get so y'all can see the less of the process. So I'll get a burger that's more like an Angus burger or a turkey burger. Now, when I go to the store and I go shopping, there's plenty of bacon downstairs. I think I bought 4 packs when I went shopping. I haven't had no bacon. See, listen, it's one thing to know your limitations. It's another thing to exercise it out. So when I made drinks yesterday, beverages, I made homemade lemonade and I made homemade oolong tea, okay? I didn't use the black tea. So I'm going to, if I explain to y'all a little bit about lymphedema, you'll get to understand how lymphedema affects your lymphatic system. So when I eat stuff like, okay, there's fish downstairs. I made some yesterday. I made a lot of stuff yesterday. I'm going to tell you everything I cooked yesterday. I popped open the grill. I put some wood and some charcoal on it, put the lighter fluid on it. I let it burn for like 20 minutes. And I put the steak up there, some chicken, hamburgers. And I did steak, chicken, hamburgers, sausage, okay? And then after the sausage, what I had to do was I had to add more charcoal, add more wood, because after burning for like 2.5 hours, the fire started going down. So I wanted to cook some more chicken, so I had to put more charcoal, more wood up there, and I had to get it going all again, all right? So there we are with that. Now, so I made macaroni salad with tuna. Now listen, the reason why I didn't use wheat pasta, and I usually do, let me say that real quick. Usually, like in my freezer right now is wheat flour. Now, of course, when I'm making a cornbread, I ain't gonna use no wheat flour. I have to use white flour. So, yesterday I made a cornbread and I ain't put no sugar in it. When I tasted it, I immediately knew it because the whole thing was shifted. It was 2 things that was missing, actually. The vanilla bean paste and the sugar. But the cornbread still tasted good. It was done. It was done. It was done. I made a honey glaze to go over top of it. So, yeah. So, wait a minute. Hold on. I was trying to get over there on StreamYard. What's going to occur now is, I guess tomorrow, because today I am just going to rest. There's plenty of food here. There's fish. Oh, and I forgot to tell you about the pork roast. So I put a pork roast in the crock pot for the folks that like pork. Now listen, I ain't laying here telling y'all that I don't like pork. But at my age, AGE, baby, AGE. Let me see, I'm going to say this is what AGE means to me. It might not mean it for other people. Age means always get experience. I'm gonna write that down. Age to me means always get or gain experience. That's what age means to me. And I was somewhere the other day and somebody laughed at me because I was old. And I told them, I said, but you got to live to get old. And you might not live to get old during your 20s. Pay attention. See, they tried to clown me. I said, you might not live to get old. You got Similac on your breath. But anyway, so to the 21 people that's here, to the 14 people that has liked my video, thank you. So, today I'm resting. Because after doing a lot yesterday, one of my relatives told me, you sure did do a lot. They said, what time you start? Now, listen, I started cooking yesterday. At 5:30, I was outside lighting up the grill because I knew it was going to be hot. See, pay attention to wisdom. Pay attention to wisdom. I knew that it was going to be hot yesterday. I tried to get ahead of the heat. And I lit the grill up at 5:30. And about 6 o'clock, I was putting the steaks on. I tried to cook the stuff that would take the longest first. Steak, chicken, hamburgers. Yeah, steak, chicken, hamburgers. The reason why I didn't do ribs, ribs, is because I did a pork roast in a crock pot. And it's in the refrigerator down. So there downstairs is macaroni salad, potato salad, fish, hamburgers, hot dogs, chicken, steak, pork roast. It's everything downstairs. All that salad, potato salad, tuna fish salad, watermelon is down there. Homemade iced tea, homemade lemonade. Now listen, I don't really care for powder, and I'm talking about country time powder for the lemonade, and I don't care for that powdered tea. So I make my own. So over here on this channel, let me tell y'all how I do over here on this channel. If you all are just getting here, let me tell y'all how I do. Over here, I do a lot of cooking. I do a lot of healthy stuff. And most importantly, right now in my autobiography, I am talking about my weight loss battle. The reason why I decided to talk about it is because I actually said to my doctor the other day that the majority of the time when I meet people and they're overweight, they have diabetes, they have kidney failure, high blood pressure, cholesterol. Something is wrong with their organs, but ain't nothing wrong with mine. And then I told the doctor, but they also have abused alcohol, have abused pills. They did something, and I recognize that. I did not carry myself. Let me say that real quick. I didn't bring myself from the age of 17 or 18 to 51 without having diabetes, without having high blood pressure, and all those other things. It has been God that has brought me from 18 years old to 52. Listen, I have had a lifelong battle with obesity. Other people have had a lifelong battle with weight, with drugs, with alcohol, and then eating was a part of it. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. My battle has been up and down and down and up and up and down and down and up. See, now that I have other people on my care team who are around me and they're helping me plug into the fact that while you were struggling with your obesity, listen, I never sat around and ate whole cakes and whole pies. They already know that I like chips. Why? Because the other day when I went to the store, I bought some sweet potato chips. Now, listen, sweet potato chips ain't like veggie chips or any of that. They taste okay, but listen, if that was a bag of veggie chips, I ain't gonna lie to you, I probably would have ate that whole bag of veggie chips. I've done it, but the sweet potato chips, you can't, or I couldn't necessarily do that. Hey, Tracy. Yeah, I'm okay, Tracy. I had took a little break because of my birthday is in 2 days and a lot of stuff. And then when I picked back up and I started listening to different. I had wondered what had happened to um Jordan Dash. Okay, I had wondered what happened. Then this morning I was listening to Sir King. Now, Sir King, if you're listening, I always be in your cloud, Sir King. That is true. I don't have anything against you or Jordan Dash, and whatever issues y'all have with each other, I never comment. I just listen to your commentary. That's all. So I know that today is Jordan's birthday. Happy birthday, Jordan. Happy birthday, Dragons. Today is Nest's challenge, her Lunchable challenge. Now, I didn't participate in Nest's Lunchable challenge because I knew that yesterday I was going to have to do a whole lot of cooking. And when I tell you a lot, I grilled steak, hamburgers, chicken, hot dog, sausage, fried fish, made macaroni salad with tuna, and made potato salad. Now remember, I did all of that cooking by myself. So then that means today I didn't want to do any more cooking. Now I'm going to support Ness wholeheartedly and fully. But now for the rest of the week, I ain't going to be trying to, thank you for your concern, Tracy. I'm not going to be trying to do no whole lot of cooking this week. Yeah, I'm not gonna be trying to do no whole lot of cooking. It's enough grilled stuff there. I even got some grilled stuff in the freezer. That's how much I grill. I grilled 6 pieces of chicken and my uncured hot dogs and stuff, and I put them right in the freezer. Oh, my mom had cooked some cabbage too. It's cabbage down there. So yeah. Now, uh, so what I am doing is weight loss. Yeah, it is, Tracy. Weight loss is when I tell y'all that I speak to a place or speak, if I just took that one section out of my book and I didn't write about anything else but the struggle I've had with weight loss, I will hope that somebody will pay attention to what I'm saying. GLP-1 medications, Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, Zepbound, they are tools. But what a tool is to help you. It's not to be the end all be all. Like I see a star, I'm not gonna call the star's name. I see somebody right now that wants to be on Ozempic for the rest of their life. Why? Because they haven't learned how to navigate this weight loss thing. And their weight loss struggle, mine was 30 plus years. Theirs might be more than mine. It's like I won't have 3 big meals a day because I'm gonna tell you what I've learned. And I have a thing here, but I don't have it out. When I get a chance, I'll take a picture of it and I'll show it to you. One of my healthcare professionals actually broke down how weight loss works. And it doesn't work with eating 1 meal a day. It doesn't. Not if you're where I'm at. Between 195 and 200 pounds, 1 meal a day is going to keep your metabolism low, and it won't work properly. So I am writing about cortisol, that when you stay stressed out, you can't lose weight. You have to get proper rest. You have to get proper hydration. You have to get proper protein, proper fiber. It's a lot. Like I bought that watermelon the other day. I just bought that watermelon on Friday. And I went to cut it yesterday, and it looked like it was overripe already. Now, I just bought it on Friday. So, I cut it all up. I put it in the refrigerator. Now, for me, I could take a piece of lemon and squeeze it on top of the watermelon. And it would be, it's like the best thing ever. So, Tracy, I don't know if you've heard this, but I'm going to repeat this because I see that you just came in here. So, Tracy, starting next year, February the 1st, 2027, anybody that wants to be a content creator will have to have 8,000 watch hours. And there are other platforms, and I want to name them now. Tracy's here. She's used to be a content creator. So the other platforms that I want to name for you all right here, right now. Number 1, Rumble. Number 2, Twitch. Number 3, Instagram. Number 4, TikTok. Number 5, Kick. MySpace is coming back. Number 6, Facebook. Number 7, KEEK. Okay, so I named you all 7, but there are more than what I just named. I just don't have it in front of me, and those are off the top of my head. So, Tracy, because they are doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pivot to other platforms such as Rumble, Twitch, Kick, maybe Instagram, maybe TikTok. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do different content over there, like Nolan Xavier Wells. There was a young man that not too long ago got unalived. I have to go look his name up, but it just, like, Nolan Wells happened in July, and his happened either the last part of July or the early part of August. I have to go look it up because I don't want to give out wrong information. And I'm going to definitely pivot, because the way that they're getting ready to structure and make things is they're going to make things really hard for smaller content creators. Y'all, please listen to what I'm going to tell y'all, because when I told y'all this about 2 years ago, y'all didn't listen to me. And see, now it's going to come into fruition in 2027. You will have to have 8,000 watch hours. What that essentially means is they're going to work you harder, and you're not going to get more money. You all have to think about Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I know people over there who are getting paid more to be over there than they're over here. No, they're not in the beef sector. I can't lie. They're not. They're not. Because I've oftentimes told all of you that in order for you to really make money, you will have to expand your brand. Some content creators in the beef sector, I don't know what will happen to them. The reason why I say that is because 8,000 watch hours is a lot. And I don't know how other people are going to pivot. I can tell you this. I'm going to pivot my way right on out of the YouTube AdSense. I am. Because I'm not going to give somebody 8,000 watch hours and they give me a little bit of money. That ain't never going to happen. Good luck to the people that's going to do that. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to give nobody. I heard Sir King yesterday or the day before explain how they was paying. And no, first of all, I know Peach McIntyre. She has a YouTube thing. She has a Facebook. She might even have Instagram and TikTok. But I know one time she was saying how much she was getting paid. And what people don't understand is they're changing their pay structure because they want people like Cardi B, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj. They want those type of people to come and be content creators so that they can bring in the ad revenue. They don't listen. They don't care whether you got 10,000 people in your chat. They get paid from ad revenue. So that's why I'm not going to. When I saw that the other day, I ain't going to do that. I mean, I didn't do. I'm almost at the point where I can be monetized now. And I'm not going to agree to no 8,000 hours, and they still gonna pay you a little bit of money. Or actually, if you don't come up with your 8,000, you're going to get less. I actually would tell everybody in the beef sector, try to pivot over to Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, Rumble, Kick, whoever, and try to see if you can get monetized on those platforms, so that when YouTube is no more, as far as they 8,000 hours. And see, here's the whole thing: if you got 4,000, right now, you're going to have to maintain the 8,000. So that's still going to be a problem. It's still going to be a problem. They're talking about in February, in order for you to even get to be monetized, you will have to have 8,000 watch hours. Like, I saw that and was like, okay, I see what they're gearing to do. It's just like church, when I go to church and they're having something or doing something that I don't want to be a part of, baby, I don't even slip my hand up to go to move out the door, baby. I just don't do it. I don't make no announcements. I don't tell nobody. The only reason why I'm telling y'all who are in my chat and anybody else that's going to listen to this replay is because some of the people that are either in my chat or going to listen to the replay are content creators that can probably, like Ness, like Tracy, like D Misso, go somewhere else with your content. Lady Nika, I know you can. It ain't no doubt in my mind with your story times, baby. Lady Nika, baby, baby, baby. Lady Nika, you could be what? Lady Nika, you. I know you over here in the beef sector. I know that, Lady Nika, but just the Lady Nika, your story times is amazing. I mean that your story times is amazing. Mine's is something, but yours are amazing for real. I mean, I could see you on Instagram or TikTok with those stories, and that's no fluff or stuff. That story you told about that funeral home, baby, I still remember that story for real. And I want you to tell it again for the people that didn't hear it. And when I see you again, I'm gonna ask you to tell it again too, because it was a good story. But yeah, I've not been on here too much. Tracy, yesterday I was on. Pizarro had a real good live till Lovely Love got up there and she messed it up. She did. I can't lie. She did. She messed it up. And the thing is, Lovely, is if you're listening to this, I must say this of you because it's true. Ever in life, if somebody tells you no, listen, Lovely, listen, Lovely. When you're presenting food, your food has to be presentable. I told you that I used to cook for a restaurant. That is true, Lovely. I did used to cook for the fresh grocer, not a restaurant, but a supermarket. Do you really think that if my cooking skills wasn't up, we ain't talking about my grandmama with her restaurant. My grandmama been there for a long time. We talking about me cooking. Lovely, when your food ain't presentable, but don't nobody want to buy it and don't nobody want to eat it. Don't nobody want to buy it and don't nobody want to eat it. When you talking about doing challenges, Lovely, you are sour. You're sour. Ness wanted to do a good thing. You're like a spider. You know, along came a spider. You want to be sour about stuff. You do. You jump up on people panels. Thank you, Tracy. And when they asked me to be a part, listen, pay attention, Lovely. When they asked me to be a part of Ness asked me to be a part. It wasn't that I didn't want to be a part. I have to regard my rest and my body. I did a lot between Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I did a lot. So now I have to rest. But I'm going to support Ness's challenge by being there for her. See, Lovely, you, listen, I'm going to teach you a life lesson. If ever in life you're not going to do something, you don't got to make a grand announcement, drag the person, all that stuff you be doing. You do some of the corniest things and your priorities is mixed up. Your health should always be tops. You heard what was said yesterday. Your health should be tops. You be trying to come up on this joint and somebody mentioned you. Listen, laughing at you, Lovely, not laughing with you. There's a difference. Laughing at you, not laughing with you. Really. And also, lovely love. The reason why I don't want to be on panels with you is because when common sense gets mentioned or anything like that, you act like you don't know how to have an intelligent conversation. So one of the reasons why I stopped hanging out, I do hang out in the B sector a lot. Like I listen to the Miss O, I'll be in her clouds. Sometimes I don't drop down because people say stuff sometimes that I just don't want to respond to. So how I get around that is I'll be in her clouds. I'll be in Nest clouds. No, I don't be in Jay Wilson clouds because Jay Wilson does everything for content with his money grabbing, can't keep a job having, all over the hill behind. Sir, you're trying to look young when Father Time is trying to is trying to tell you, it's, I don't put no red light therapy on my face, Jay Wilson. I don't put all them creams and powders on my face. I don't go to the surgeon and get no, what you say you had? Botox. I don't do all that. I can assure you, when I get dressed and I go out with my two sons, people always tell me that I look just as young as they are, and one in their 20s and one in their 30s. You trying to be that song say forever young? I want to be forever young. I don't want to be forever young. I don't want to turn back the clock to 25. I'm getting ready to turn 52. See the difference, Jay Wilson? You putting on all those, having all them procedures done because you want to look young? You can't be. You're 56. You're 56. See, me and you fell out because you tried to play the hell out of Catherine and you found out. And I ain't really told all because it ain't my story to tell. And you're not, once you make me angry, pretty much done with you. So I ain't really told all. I just said that you don't keep jobs. That's all I, did I lie though? I ain't lie about it. Ain't you the person that got fired and was on YouTube crying and they sent you $3,000? Okay, you called me crazy. I got more. Baby, listen, the only reason why I came to YouTube to ask for a few dollars, out of the whole time that I have ever been in YouTube, I ain't never really come to YouTube to ask for no few dollars. But when I came to your chat, you took advantage of it with your woman hating self. But a woman pushed you out and made it so that you could be here. Ain't that how it went? Because when you first came to YouTube, you ain't want to tell people that you likes the men's like I do. That you like the testosterone just like I do. Baby, I bet you if we went in the bar right now, Jay Wilson, if I took you in one of them straight bars, not a gay one, baby. If I took you in one of them bars where I was at, baby, you would probably try to run the men down quicker than I do. See, I'm supposed to go in the gym and look at the men when they over there at the machines. Yes, I do. See, pay attention to what I said. I'm supposed to go in the gym and look at the men. Look at the men's at the machines. Yes, I do. But you look at them too. Then you go talk about, I don't go in the locker room. If you have to urinate, so what you going to do? Go outside in your car? Because that sounded real good. Nobody even picked up on that. Because most people, when they go to the gym, after drinking all that water and running back and forth, they got to go to the bathroom at some point. You talking about, I don't take showers at the gym. It ain't no harm in taking a shower at the gym. You could take your own wipes and stuff. You could wipe down the shower if you want to. Or you could take a piece of spray or a towel, whatever. You could take some of the air cleaner. You could wipe it down. Cause you got jokes, sir. You got jokes. You got jokes. See, you tried to clown on me, and you didn't really clown on me. You tried to make me content. You ain't really making me content because you ain't got none. See, you either got Brian, Tommy, Castro, Rico, or Catherine. You tried to say that I don't have this. Honey, I got better sense than be chasing the men up and down the aisle over there, up and down there on that plane. Because I wouldn't have been chasing no men on no plane. I told you my godmother was a flight attendant for real. I wouldn't have been. Was you handing out numbers when you was giving them the drinks and stuff? Tracy. I think he was. How you get laid off from the airline, baby? You know how many flight attendants I know that don't work for the airline. Baby, I know flight attendants from United, Delta, Couple of them. And I don't know. Listen, all the ones I know that work for the airline, baby, they retired. You the only one I know got canned. You got canned like the ShopRite commercial. Comes on once a year talking about the can. Yeah, you got can. How many jobs you get canned from? I'm just asking for a friend. How many jobs did you get canned? I know you got canned from the hospital. How the hell do you get canned from a chaplain job? Can somebody tell me? Chaplains, you supposed to pray for people, but then you can't get no damn prayers through. So I don't know why the hell they had you as a chaplain. Jay Wilson, your prayers go to the ceiling and come back down. See, now you're going to make me use one of Shepherd Mother Jones' lines. Your prayers go to the ceiling and they come back down. They don't even go from your mouth to God's ears. Why they don't go to God's ears? Because the Bible says the prayers of the righteous avail of much. Jay Wilson, when you been right with God, you play with God like he a toy at a toy store. Are you, listen. I don't judge people. I don't. But you see it's some really harsh things about me that I didn't deserve coming from you with your fake ass. Your whole life is a lie. Are you serious? I had been sort of quiet. And then, Mario did a live the other day. And maybe you should go back and listen because the Mario he gave us what we do. He said that Leos lay in wait. Uh-huh. And see, we will wait until you make us all the way mad to get you all the way together. Jay Wilson, your whole life is a lie. Where do you want me to start? Where you want me to start? You told us your name was one thing, it's another. My name really is Catherine Powell. If anybody go look me up, they'll see what it is. Catherine S Powell, that's what it is. I ain't never lied about my name. That's what you did. Therefore, that means if anybody go look your accreditations, how do the folks know you didn't sit down and make your paperwork? Oh, you want me to tell you some stories? Well, let me tell you the story. See, I was involved with a man. He's 6 feet under now. His name was Granada. And Granada wanted to lie and say he was married. See, pay attention to the story, Jay Wilson, because I'm going to teach you something. Granada wanted to be a pastor of a church. He said he was married. Pay attention, Jay Wilson, because this starting to sound familiar. So what Granada did was Granada went and got some of that good old paper. From at the time it was Kinko's, and then FedEx bought it and became FedEx Kinko's. But he bought some of that good old paper. You know, the kind that says that what you get? A license to marry? See, pay attention, Jay Wilson, I'm teach you something. If your stuff ain't down City Hall, if you ain't listed, then that means you ain't married. See? Right. So, see, anybody could sit at a computer and print stuff up. I just told you my son's father did. He printed up a what? A marriage license and certificate. He had the bishop over there to sign the paper. See, how I know he wasn't married? Pay attention to how this went. Granada, the deceased, the one that's 6 feet under, my son's father, he said that, Catherine, go look up my name and tell me what you see. Pay attention. It say he was married one time. Oh, wow. One time? Not two. Ain't that something? So, see, it's easy for somebody to sit down, Tracy, at a computer and say, hey, Kenna, and say that they got all these degrees and stuff, because we could, listen, I don't want to fact check you. I don't want to fact check you and see uh, if you went where Honest Rowe. Listen, I know Honest Rowe is college educated. Listen, he come on here and act like that. That's a part of his show. Honest Rowe got good sense. You the one that's always spelling stuff wrong. Don't fact check stuff. Right. See, you be trying to be a good you be trying to be a good you was cool with me until you did that though. Till you let that lady come there and tell them lies about me. You was good. You was real good. Cause when I told you the truth, see, I really actually did tell you the truth. You wanted me to drop the facts, proofs, and receipts on your channel. I would never do that. Hold on. I would never do that. Yeah, you have a great day too, Tracy. Have a great day, Tracy. Have a great day, of course. Have a great... Wait a minute, hold on. Oh, yeah, Kenna. I have missed from seeing you. I haven't been back over to Jay Wilson's channel because his whole life is a lie. So I stopped going over there. I ain't stopped going over there because his whole life was a lie. I stopped going over there because he lied on me. And he tried to make it seem like I need to tell lies, like salaciousness. I don't need to tell lies. He the same person that told y'all that he had somebody in his family that was going to the military that he was keeping. Jay Wilson, my son served in the military. Did you forget? So the way it works is when somebody is going in the military is they have a recruiter, or haven't you heard? They have a recruiter. Their recruiter keeps up with them the whole process. See, you're not talking to nobody that don't know. I'm a military mom, said Jay Wilson. I'm a military mama. My son served in the military already. So you said you had somebody at your house that was going to the military. Why the hell would they be at your house? Why wouldn't they be at home? I know that there's a basic training in Texas. I know that. Why would they need to come to your house before they go to basic? See, some people believe anything, and I know better. Right. Why the hell would they need to come to your house before they go to basic training? That don't even make no kind of sense. That don't make no kind of sense at all. The military pays them for basic training, whether it be Army, Air Force, Marines, or Navy. The Coast Guard is a separate entity. It has nothing to do with the testing that they take when they go down there for them 4 branches. It's a separate test for the Coast Guard. Uh-huh. Right. Talking about you had somebody in the military staying with you, and then you had somebody who was sick. Yeah, You can't piss on me and tell me that it's raining, Jay Wilson, because a lie don't care who tell it. And you be telling lots of them. And I don't really care that you tell lots of them, except when you did that to me. I just watched and I moved accordingly. I unsubscribed from you and quite a few other people that was saying things about me that wasn't true. Like Saint James. Got the name of a saint, you're a liar. I unsubscribed from St. James. I unsubscribed from quite a few people because they tried to make it seem like I was lying. They tried to know more about my life than I know. Even after I posted my address, even after I posted proof that they can go look up stuff. Okay, and the thing is one of my court paperwork that I had. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. My court paper. Yeah, part of Jordan. Yes. Kenna, basic training is free. Period. Yeah. I don't Kenna. I listen to other people, but a lot of the people that I unsubscribe from, um, you got Jay Dunn be running amok in people's chat, blocking people. Like these people, though, you could tell people that don't have a life outside of YouTube and don't really have no friends because they be on this apparatus all of the time. Like, listen, the people that I watch, Raising the Cades, they show their children. Prayed Up Mommy, she shows her children. Auntie Mickey has shown her grandson or something. Lady Letitia has shown her daughter. See, I watch people that are able to do stuff like that, but they're not over here. See, because you got a person like Jay Dunn, who I heard her last night, and she just be doing too much. She just be doing too much. She do. She always wants to be in competition with somebody. She hasn't come to the full knowledge that everybody that's listening that life is not a competition. I am not in competition with anybody that's about to turn 52 or is 52 just like I am. The reason why is because I have to walk down the path that God lays for me. See, Jay Dunn ain't learned that yet. Even though she's about to turn 40, she hasn't learned that yet. It's not a competition. It's not. Because everybody on this earth has a different assignment. Even twins who were born on the same day at different times, they have a different assignment as well. She be on here the other day, she does what she wants to do and what people allow her to do. She does. She get mad when people want to pay her off platforms. They don't want her to come and all that. I just be looking at her. I just be looking at her. When I first started my channel, I did let J Dunn come over here. But then J Dunn tried to dox my mom. So, yeah, I blocked her. She tried to, she really thinks that type of beef, like these online beefs, let me say this. Online beef is different than you knowing somebody and you going back and forth. I know my former pastor. I don't know Jay Dunn or none of these other people on this apparatus. And the way they go, even ZX, with your Papa Smurf crazy self, who be trying to follow me, he be trying to find out where I am in Philadelphia. Listen, if it wasn't for ZX, I'd have turned the camera on so y'all could have seen what I was doing. But ZX is crazy. And I don't want him to know where I live at. Because I don't want him to come down here and get power punched by my son. Because my son will whip. What? See, I have two sons. And one of them is a black belt in martial arts and served in the military. And I don't be trying to get my sons in no trouble. So that's why I don't be turning my camera on. I don't turn my camera. Maybe if I was out in the park, I would be still hesitant about turning it on. Cause cause ZX, man, he probably be sitting up there by E9 to see him I walking in. Cause he don't live that far from that location. He don't live that far. I don't think he get up to go to the other location. So I'm not really worried. And he probably get on the bus. ZX, do you get on the bus and don't pay? Cause I know that your cash apps don't be zinging, don't be dinging like you be liking people to believe. You an old hood. You're a hood out there trying to make it seem like you ain't. I know I'm in Philadelphia with you. I know the stuff that you do. Uh-huh. Wait a minute. My camera came on because I touched the button. Hold on. All right. Yeah. I be trying to visit other people's platforms, but in the process of me trying to visit uh, other people's platforms, you have people like Uppity that'll come up there. Hey, Noble. People that'll come up there and they'll say the stupidest things. And Uppity always says stuff to me that don't make sense. Girl, me and you is not on the same level at all. When I say that, we're not on the same level. I mean, um, both my sons are grown. One of my sons is married. We ain't the same. she be hitting panels and yeah, I don't do too much I don't do any beef sector content at all. I am looking forward to Nessa's challenge this evening. I'm very much looking forward to her challenge. So y'all, it's 10:45. I'm gonna try to give y'all another 15 minutes. And for you all that don't know, I do listen to Don Lemon. I haven't really listened to Joy Reid. I haven't really listened to Roland Martin, but I do listen to Don Lemon. Okay. I do listen to Auntie Mickey, Prayed Up Mommy, Raising Caves, The Henrys, Queen Amadea, Queen Sheba Darling, Tisa Tells, Smoke News TV. Those are some of the content creators that you will probably see me in their chat, okay? I do listen to Open Book. When she comes, I do listen to her. Sometimes she's down there in Texas. That other content creator who's been outed as a fraudster, I don't mention him no more and I don't go to his platform. He's been outed as taking people money for seasonings and oils and not delivering. So I don't listen to him anymore. Just like the content creator that was saying that he was going to sell people pans and all that stuff and he didn't. I don't listen to him no more. Once I find out that you like that, I usually unsubscribe. I do listen to Soulful Tea. Soulful Tea has her own line of seasonings and pie crust. She's been around for a while. She's a black lady over there in Washington, D.C. I do listen to her. She's very, very pie crust that she puts together, seasons that she puts together, and she sells them around the holiday time. I do listen to her. She's Soulful Tea. I've been listening to Soulful Tea now. This is 2026 for a very long time. I've been listening to her since she was over there in her, well, her mother was alive. And she used to show her mom, show her sister, and her cooking. And listen, hey, Soulful Tea can really cook, y'all, for real. I still listen to her. She comes on, and I still listen to her. Yeah, so I don't know what so I've been talking to y'all about lymphedema, telling y'all that when you have lymphedema you can't eat and drink anything. So it's now 10:48 and I've been on here for a little over an hour. So I may come back later. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get some more information on Nolan Wells. I'm going to try to come back on before Nest, but if not, yeah, it'll have to be before Nest because after Nest is going to be a Dragons after party. Today is her birthday. So I just want to thank you all for coming to support me. Thank you to I saw Tracy, I saw the Miss O. I want to thank everybody in the chat for the 12 and for the 60 people that gave me the likes. Thank y'all. See y'all again. Goodbye. Have a great Sunday.